30-year-old Illinois wife and stepmom Katrina Smith is missing.
No trace of her. She had disappeared.
Her friends and family are desperate to find her.
Do anything we could to bring her home.
It's day 4 in the search for Katrina Smith. Her husband, Todd, speaks out once again to the media. Cameras roll as he is overcome with emotion.
He said I'd be back later. And that's the last we heard of her.
As Katrina's friends and family organize another search, frantically looking for any clues that will answer the question, where is Katrina Smith?
We're all just trying to be there for one another and trying to stay positive.
Katrina's sister makes a heartbreaking post on the Facebook page, saying in part, "Sissy, I love you more than words can describe. I miss you terribly, and the pain that I feel is unbearable." But detectives believe they may be one step closer to finding the missing McChesney Park woman. They zero in on a juvenile arrested in Katrina's neighborhood with a reported penchant for peeping.
She had no enemies. She had no one else that wanted to harm her.
Then, sheriff's detectives from Winnebago make a stunning discovery. And now there is another man they're looking at. Turns out Katrina has a secret.
There was a boyfriend that Katrina Smith had started seeing on the side.
That's right, this married stepmother is having an affair.
She was very private. She was very secretive.
His name, Guy Gabriel, a married man from a town over.
Guy Gabriel is a co-worker of Katrina's. That's who she ultimately started having a relationship with while she was still married with Todd Smith.
And when cops run a background check on Katrina's secret lover, they uncover a violent past.
There was some issues with him. He was involved in a domestic issue with his wife.
Police records reportedly reveal an arrest for domestic battery. The responding officer describes the reported attack.
The first thing I noticed was she had a large knot on her forehead. Her face was really red and it looked like she had been crying. Her eyes were red also. She had a couple scratches that I could see on her throat and her chest.
The attending nurse paints a similar picture of alleged abuse.
She said he hit her head into the ground and choked her at one point.
But that's not all the dirt on Katrina's secret boyfriend. Detectives retrieved text messages from her recently recovered cell phone. And it's a powder keg of intel. On the night Katrina goes missing, her secret lover, Guy Gabriel, sends her a barrage of text messages.
There's something else going on here than just a missing person.
One of the texts to Katrina says, "What's wrong?" And yet another that reads, "Have you told him you want a divorce? That there's nothing left in you for him? Nothing." Then the texts, which continue late into the night, appear to take on an aggressive tone when Guy writes, he wants this his way. Well, newsflash, he has no say.
All the while, we were all suspicious.
Then more explosive evidence. The missing woman's co-workers confirmed to police that Katrina thought she was being stalked in the weeks leading up to her disappearance.
She also shared that information with her cellular phone company.
She knew that somebody was following and watching her.
And that scared her. A text to her stepfather just 4 days before she vanished revealed Katrina feared for her life. In the text, she writes, "Do I have to have my FOID card first before going to the shooting range?" FOID is an acronym for Firearm Owner Identification Card. According to her stepdad, Katrina wanted a gun for protection.
She did everything that she thought she could to protect herself.
Sadly, it may not have been enough. Katrina's co-workers share a disturbing incident with police that occurred just 2 weeks before Katrina went missing.
An individual drove through her work parking lot in disguise and distributed several flyers.
That flyer was to expose her secret boyfriend, Guy. It was entitled Guy Expletive Cat, which stated in part he was able to expletive Katrina from HR in record time, and goes on to paint Katrina as a cheater. Yeah, she's married with a family, but when I turned on the charm, her legs fell open. But who is the mystery man behind the X-rated flyers?
He secretly followed her. We believe that he dumped flyers at her workplace. So she was constantly being stalked by this individual.
And Katrina's secret love affair, it's not so secret anymore.
And she had no idea that he was capable of these things.
Coming up, there's yet another suspect.
The amount of lies and deceit with him is amazing.
And Katrina was hiding another dark secret.
She really kept this all to herself.